Welcome to my channel, All for Health with Jane. Family, we are still on the Senzo Meyiwa trial. We are rewinding, family. Rewinding the information that was given to the court sometimes in 2023-2024. So we are doing this, to try and answer the questions that most people are having when it comes to this Senzo Meyiwa trial. There are people who do not understand why Brigadier Gininda believes that there were intruders in that Kumalo house, when the whole South Africa, or majority of the people in this country, believe that the person who unlived Senzo Meyiwa, the person who murdered Senzo Meyiwa, was inside that Kumalo house on the 26th of October 2014, and he was not an intruder, but one of the people who were relaxed with Senzo on that particular day. So as I am trying to rewind, this case, I came across this as the answer that Brigadier Gininda is giving to the court. For these are the reasons that he's giving, these are the factors that convinced him that the person who murdered Senzo on the 26th of October 2014 was an intruder and none of the people who were in the house. So family, we are going to listen, much as most people do not believe what Brigadier Gininda is saying, but we are going to listen at what he is saying. And then maybe in the comment section, we'll make our comments. This is just one of the factors, because I did not want this video to be long. So I broke, these factors into different parts. So we're going to have part 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the factors that Brigadier Gininda is giving as the reasons why he believes that the person who killed Senzo on that day was an intruder and not one of the people who were in the house. Family, let's listen at the first one. Let's listen, family.
Brigadier, if we can then come back to what you mentioned earlier on, that upon your assessment of the docket, there were certain facts that informed you that there were intruders.
Absolutely, my lord. There were those factors, but as I was looking into those factors, I must also mention that I was looking at them in relation to Longo Twala, because in the midst of those allegations, Longo's name was coming up as a possible suspect who may have shot.
Yes.
So one of the things that I looked at, my lord, obviously when I looked at the docket, was to establish that according to the preliminary statements which the defense has, there was a report that one of the cell phone belonging to Miss Kelly Kumalo was robbed. That was one of the allegations that was said there.
Please come again, I didn't hear you.
So in the preliminary reporting, in other words, your A1 statements, it was alleged, my lord, that during this robbery that led now to the killing of the deceased, a cell phone belonging to Miss Kelly Kumalo was taken by the intruder. I was able to establish a specific number that was taken, my lord, because she had 2 cell phones that were disclosed according to the docket. Yes, so there was a 082 number, I think it's 703, I forgot the last 4 numbers, that was not taken. Then the 072 is the one that was alleged to have been taken by the perpetrator. Now, my lord, I looked at the cell phone records that were already available, that were requested by the first investigation team, because after they took over the matter, they applied for Section 205, and those records of all the numbers of the people who were in the house were available on the docket. What one could establish, what I could establish, my lord, is that before the incident took place, you can place all the cell phones, including this particular one that was alleged to be taken, on that one tower. In other words, the people who were in the house, inclusive of the alleged stolen phone, was under one tower, so they were at the crime scene. Now, after the shooting, the shooting incidents, the people who were in the house, my lord, moved to the hospital, and they were picked up by the tower at the hospital. And that is in line with their statements that I was reading in the document. However, the alleged robbed phone takes a different direction, and when they were sitting at the hospital, the tower was the robbed cell phone was picking up a different tower at Muleleki section. The people who were in the house moved to the hospital. That is corroborated by their statements, and their cell phone location places them in the tower that covers the tower. However, my lord, the robbed phone went to a different direction, and I could not get an explanation as to who was in possession of this cell phone except the intruder, because one could confirm everyone who was in the house at the hospital. In other words, my lord, if there were no intruders, one would not have expected the phone to go to a different direction. It would have remained at the scene or go with the people who were in the house to the same direction.
Yes.
Yes. So that was the first piece of evidence, my lord, that I looked at that, told me there was a problem. The second one.
If you say that indicated to you there was a problem, what do you mean?
Well, when I said there was a problem, I'm referring to the suggestion that there were no intruders, because it was clear someone was in possession of that phone to a different time.
Now, cell phone evidence has been placed before this court by Ms. Pinky Fillingham. And I just want to refer you to Exhibit J1.
Yes, my lord.
It's her affidavit, and I just wish to draw your attention to page 1188 of her affidavit.
Yes.
Those are extracts of section 205 pertaining to a specific number referring to the GPRS stream of that particular number. Can you just place that number on record?
It's 27. I'll read it as it's contained here. It's 277293824988.
And
Okay. Must I repeat it? 277293824988.
Numbers in number lena 277293824988.
are you able to recognize that number?
Yes, my lord. That is the number that belonged to Miss Kelly Kumalo, the one that was reported as being taken by the perpetrators during this incident.
Yebo ngiyazi le number inumber kaKelly Khumalo le ayibikiwe njenge number eyayithathwe yilabo ababehlasela.
You mentioned earlier on in your evidence that this very same number pick up Muleleki Tower. Are you able to find that information on Exhibit J1?
That is correct, my lord. It did pick it up indeed. The time is 21:52, and the date is 26 October 2014, and the tower is 3G Muleleki.
Yebo iyaqhumana ne-tower lena imleleki ngoba isikhathi sika 21:52 okusho ukuthi ke 8 minutes to 10 ya ngomhla ka 26 October 2014 iyahlangana iyaqhumana le phone ngale nale tower le umluleki i-3G umluleki tower.
And my lord, at this time, this is where the people who were in the house, including Mr. Longwe Twala, were at the clinics. They were picked up by that tower. So he was there. And in addition to that, I know we're still going there, the vehicle tracking system places him there as well. at the clinic.
Family, from the statements that were made by people who were in the house, Brigadier Gininda says he picked up a point where they were saying Kelly Kumalo's phone was robbed by those intruders. And Brigadier Gininda says when he checked the tracking record of the cell phones, when he checked that record, he realized that after Senzo was shot, everyone who was in the house, including Longwe Twala, they went to the hospital, they went to the clinic. And when they tracked that phone that was allegedly robbed, the phone took a different direction. This is one of the reasons why he believed that there were people who came into the house. When other people, or when we as South Africans believe that Senzo's murderer was one of the people who were in the house with him. So family, in the comment section, let's talk about this. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. Please like it before you leave. Subscribe for my channel if you haven't done so yet. I love you, family. Thank you. Bye.